Hi, I'm Mark Oken. I established the MOC Performance Group in order to work with many companies in the lighting, plumbing, and furniture industries, coaching them to reach their maximum potential and navigate through the challenges caused by this crazy digital disruption. Now, I have over 40 years of industry experience. My background includes being the vice president of Connecticut Lighting Centers and Restoration Lighting Gallery, a well-known lighting icon in the industry, as well as prior to that, I was the director of sales and education for Bob's Discount Furniture, a $1.7 billion company who still uses the programs I created today. Let's get started. We knew there was an evolution on the way. Clients continued to change the way they bought everything. But many sales teams tried to act differently while retaining the old analog way of working around. Here's what happened. The timeline moved. We didn't know that would be immediately ushering rapid changes to the way we do business. We expected to slowly see an adoption of these consumer changes over about a 10-year period. COVID has changed the way people's shopping habits have evolved, and it really has made the way they purchase things different. People who have never thought about shopping online before are suddenly making purchases online. Social distancing has really become a major change in the way that we were taken by surprise. Some businesses decided to take a wait-and-see approach. Some decided to really plot ahead and move like they exactly had in the past. Yet some had the foresight and decided to fight the good fight. The Band-Aid's been ripped off of this. It's exposing a terrible injury, and for many, the initial injury was a failure to embrace the digital age and the tools that they had available to them. The reason many were paralyzed is due to the rapid changes that we all experienced. What COVID has done is exposed the laggard in the segment of the population. They've people that have failed to embrace digital shopping. Well, many of those laggards have certainly gotten on board. I'd like you to think about who has never purchased online before, but all of a sudden, they've purchased online, and now it's become part of their everyday habits. Now, I want to be clear. I am not ringing a warning bell. I have been pointing out these changes for some time. Omnichannel options, critical for both retailers and consumers, are up. They want it. They remain the highest desired action that retailers can perform for a consumer. 53% of all the retailers expect BOPUS, which is buy online, pick up in the store. And this is playing an increasing role that we're finding. But first, we should really talk about how did we get here? 50% of all consumers will continue to use online resources. They've never used them before, but let's dig a little deeper. Consumers are currently doing more than 75% of all their shopping online, and 25% do more than 90% of their shopping on the web. Now, a survey from a personalized vendor, Cubic, finds 2/3 of these consumers have increased their online shopping because of the COVID virus. I want you to think about that for a minute. People are coming to terms with the realities of our interconnected world and how difficult it will be to separate these connections. People have never bought online, are faced a demanding choice: buy online or go without. Now, according to McKinsey, 80% of consumers report still feeling somewhat unsafe. Out-of-home activity is picking up a little bit, but about a third of the consumers are resuming normal activities while 2/3 are staying at home. Now think about it. That's a shock to loyalty, right? This is the opportunity to create loyalty with your local audience. It really is. It's about dealing with customers in a relational sense and not a transactional sense. In fact, we are pushed forward to transactional actions with our clients more and more because of the way we interact digitally. And we really want to increase that relational aspect of it. So I want you to try to stop forcing analog processes in the digital world. There are two defined types of sales processes we use in showrooms, even in the omni-channel or the digital world. One of them is transactional, the other is relational. Now, to really separate yourself from the crowd, I want you to focus on the relational aspect of it. Most clients expect a portion of their sales experience to be online, so focus on the relational aspect, not just the transactional aspect. We really want to think about it. There's things that you can do that are digitally available to you to enhance the way you meet customers. A couple of them are like digital prospecting or social media, the way you use it. And then you want to inspect what you expect. Knowing that the sales team, knowing that they're going to have to work to quantifiable and qualifiable requirements is really going to help push them forward in this new world. It's not the same, but a little bit it is. So let's talk a little bit further about what I call the concierge showroom. The client-facing experience really is looking for a concierge in the way they do business. We talked about BOPUS just a second ago. That's buy online, pick up in the store. That's surged about 259% year over year. Now, in August of 2020, due to coronavirus, this really was a big impact on that increase. But it equates to about a 59% increase month over month. Buy online, pick up in the store. I want you to think about how that can impact the way you do business. The next aspect of it is having convenient after-hours pickup. Now, years ago, we talked about having lock boxes. Some of the major big boxes already have instilled easy after-hours or convenient no-touch pickup. That's something that you can really think about. But while we talk about no-touch pickup, I want to focus on the high level of service to keep it relational. That becomes high touch. We want to reach out and touch our customers in the right way, in the appropriate way, in a timely way, but we need to do it in a relational way. Some of the same ideas in the way of building rapport and connection with your clients when you were in a face-to-face situation can be incorporated in the digital world. Next, if you're going to be a concierge showroom or a concierge salesperson, you want to promote the fact that you're the industry expert. You're the difference between buying online exclusively and doing omni-channel, buying from your local expert, as well as combining that with the convenience of utilizing drop shipping and the in-stock merchandise you have. It really becomes that way. And the last part I think is critical that you want to grab a hold of is you want to excel in your online and your offline client experience. And what that boils down to today is not just the face-to-face contact that we have, but it boils down to the way we interact with people and we talk with them. And sometimes the way we converse is now digitally. We use our hands, we type it, we write it. So I'm going to talk about a few different tools that I think will help promote the strategies to make you a concierge salesperson. And I really believe that these tools will help. Now, the first tool that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to use them as an example because I'm very familiar with the tools they have, and they provide the tools needed in business today. I've experienced and exposure with a lot of the various digital platforms that are out there. I've worked with the showrooms and various retailers on the platforms they have, and I selected to use Bravo Business Media for this example because they have all the tools available in one SaaS platform. Now, here's the caveat. You can use an a la carte solution, but with Bravo Business Media, you're not cobbling together apps that may not play well together. Plus, these fellows are deep-rooted in the lighting industry. They have expertise, and Bravo Business Media has the digital. They were the first people at the forefront in the industry to create the digital catalog and the wish list for us. So having a digital catalog today is a minimum. It's the minimum ante to get online for online exposure. And then, if marketed correctly, you must utilize it in the way you do a variety of the different services that you're going to provide for the client. Now, COVID has really raised the digital bar to be successful, and having a digital tool that works for you is really one of the best assets you can have. Now, going beyond the digital catalog, which I said is a minimum ante to get in today, the digital catalog, creating the wish list, but the goal is a relational client experience. From any wish list, you want to be able to seamlessly create high-quality booklets, documents, and other things that will help you create a relational experience with the client. From that wish list, you can make booklets, brochures. With the proper formatting options, you can be including the manufacturer's specification sheets. You can control the pricing because, as we know, when you're a showroom, you're going to deal with a variety of different matrix pricing levels, and this helps you do that easily without having a major Excel spreadsheet. Visibility to the information for your particular client, the way you want to see it is displayed. No need for third-party systems referencing manufacturers' websites. It's all about the Bravo Business Media catalog generation tool called Specs Builder, keeping the customer in what I call your digital ecosystem. Once they're there, you don't want them to escape. It's almost like the old days when the client came into your store and you did everything you could do to sell them, but they walked out. Well, today they're walking into your digital store and your digital realm, and you want to do everything you can to keep them in that digital world that you have. Now, adding e-commerce seems like a real daunting task, just putting a shopping cart there. And as many have said in the past, they are not trying to be Amazon. Well, I'm telling you, this is not about Amazon. This is about what's called the homebody economy. And the homebody economy demands that you have a shopping cart available because these folks want to check things off their list. They want to get things done. As everyone has experienced, time is precious. Those moments together when we can make decisions on the changes we're doing to our homes, to the remodeling we're doing, to the plans we have, often are done late at night. So if we have an opportunity to check something off our list late at night and get that thing done, like, yes, dear, that's the one I want, we can do it with a shopping cart. So I don't really want you to think about it as e-commerce anymore. I really want you to think about it as e-convenience. When your client makes that decision, let them check that item off their list. COVID has increased clients' expectations to be able to buy now, when they want, from where they want, and do it the way they want. And this is why. Now, the expandable suite from Bravo allows that to happen. Or you can, of course, you can use a standalone product. But this is one of the highly productive suite of tools available out there to all showrooms in the lighting, furniture, and plumbing industries. There's another tool I want to talk about, which doesn't seem like a tool that most salespeople would use. And it's called Canva. Now, Canva is really an amazing image editing tool. It allows you to take images and affordably change the design, add graphics to it, brand your images so it becomes yours, not just someone else's on the internet, not another Me Too. You can choose from a lot of designer templates. You can edit photos, upload them. It really is cool with their drag and drop interface. But why would I want salespeople to spend time editing? Because it makes a difference. A couple of minutes on Canva and you've got a piece of branded content versus just sharing something that's going to go out there to the ether and not really be distinguished as your particular product or item. And another great tool is BombBomb. BombBomb is a video e-marketing platform that helps you build relationships by embedding video directly into your email. Now, when I'm talking about embedding video, I'm not talking about adding a video attachment to your email. It's not what's working. That's one-dimensional. Video puts your face in front of the people that you work with, and it really creates an emotional bond. And there's some cool things that will help you utilize that as a tool. Now, in the old days, we used to write thank you notes to the client, right? We don't thank you for your purchase. Well, in today's day, I still recommend you send a thank you note, but immediately send a thank you video. And you can produce a thank you video that stays in your computer or on your phone, and you attach it to each and every one of those through the software, and now you have done it once and you can use it over and over again. Other places that you can use video in your emails is follow-up reminders. If the client needs a follow-up reminder to do some work, or possibly you just want to let them know a special order lead time is just working properly. As we know, we'll tell a client it's 4 to 6 weeks out, and in 2 weeks they're calling you. So 2 weeks after they place that special order, send them an email that you've already created. Dear Susie, it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks from the time. We're already 2 weeks into it. Happy to let you know I'm just staying abreast of what's going on for you. The next one is the opportunity, really, to give clients notice for things that are happening that are different. So maybe you're running a special sale or a client's only promotion. Wouldn't it be impressive if you sent an email to the client, not just with some static picture that says, hey, you got a big discount, but it's you. You're emotional. You're the expert. You're the person who's created a bond with them, and you're saying to them, by the way, I just want to let you know we've got some great deals going on, and it's unbelievable. I want you to be the first to know. What a great video that would be. And lastly, TOMA. If you're not familiar with the acronym TOMA, it's top of the mind awareness. And by utilizing a new tool like BombBomb Video in your email, you are staying top of the mind with your clients because you're doing things that are different than everybody else. The next one I want to talk about is while images are critically important, it's an image-heavy world we're in, and everybody works with images. But next to images, it's the written word that still makes a major impact. Writing puts your expert status on display. Everybody sees what you write. Now I want to talk about this tool. It's called Grammarly. Another great free tool that you can get a premium version of, but Grammarly assures you that your written communications are grammatically correct and formatted for your audience. You can choose the formatting you like. Set it up, and it works wonderfully. Now, this app is great on social media platforms, emails, texts, really anywhere that your written expression and professionalism is on display. I highly recommend that you use Grammarly to help augment your professionalism. And it really rolls into the next tool that I want to talk about. And it's probably something that you're all using. As I've said, showrooms can win today and succeed by developing the relational portion of their client interactions. Now, the relational connection provided to the client is the cornerstone of every showroom's success. Now, it's only with a plan and effort will the showroom team build rapport and connect with their clients. The steps to follow will work with transactional or relational clients. It truly becomes the message you craft for your customer, not the process you follow to send it to them. As one example of relational texting, rather than sending an email, text them a short, well-constructed note. Add a link to a presentation lookbook or any professional document you would typically share with a client. So why do I say texting? 97% of the time you will get a much quicker response from texting to a client or even a view from the client than from email. We are bombarded with email. Now, my personal experiences, sometimes I look at my email in the morning and I'll delete 70 or 80 emails that I've received overnight from the various places that I just don't need. I'm looking for the important ones. But when a text comes in, that's coming right to my phone. That's coming right to me from somebody who wants to communicate with me, not just market to me. So it's a great way to apply that. I think the same process applies when the clients need a reminder to accomplish any time-sensitive task or when you need a reply from them. So texting really is becoming a critical part of it. And I'd like to give you a little tip on texting, some information that will help you out. While I believe texting is a tremendously excellent tool to help cut through the clutter and make you stand out, you gotta follow some rules. And I think the first rule to follow is obtain permission to text the client. Yes, ask them right in front of them. Is it okay if I can text you? And don't delay. You're completing something, you're filling out an order, you're completing a worksheet, whatever it might be, whatever your process is, at some point interject the question. Is it okay if I text you to get important information from you that will keep the job moving forward at the right pace? Most people are going to say yes to that without any doubt. And don't delay. The next step I think that it's important is that the action assures that they're going to have the correct number. So here's the little role playing I like to do. So you have an opportunity to help the client if they're not accustomed to adding people to their text. I would text them immediately from your phone, right there while they're in front of you. And when the phone number comes up, say, now please add my name. And you can, without giving your last name if you choose to, I could be Marky Lighting Store, or we could be Melissa Plumbing Store, or we could be anyone. Just have them put it in their phone. So as soon as that text comes through, it flashes. Marky from the lighting store wants to get a hold of me. It must be important. This is going to become a distinguishing trait of showroom staff. It proves you have that expert knowledge and they want to stay connected with you in the field. I can assure you that this strategy works. Just massage it for your particular place in the showroom and time. But I've seen over 100,000 people get included in emails and texting and become aware of video notifications just because of that one simple strategy. Asking them to add you to their text, and then texting them and have them put your name in the number. It really does work. Next, showroom and even the salespeople themselves must invest in their skills. You've got to become proficient. You've got to be top in the sales game. Now, I'm not just talking expert in the product status. You've got to become an expert in moving people emotionally. The need to develop your new skill to be the expert the customer wants goes beyond categories. It really focuses on selling. And a well-versed sales team knows their company's history and can recite their company's story and tells the customer about it either in an informational way or in a way that they're recalling that this is a true fact. XYZ Lighting has been in business for 75 years. Did you know that? No, customer's either going to say yes or no, and it allows you to either be the expert and share that with them and let them apply that they have a lifelong, 75 years lifelong. They have generations of experience. Or if they have said, yes, I know that, you've reinforced in their mind that you are the place that they want to shop. So be well versed in your company's stories. Be well versed in the market you compete in. What has happened with the digital disruption is we're seeing a tightening of the hourglass. And that tightening of the hourglass means we're going to see a lot more people at the lower end of the market and a lot more people at the higher end of the market. And that solid middle market is going to get constricted because that's where everybody's going to want to play. So I'm going to recommend work it a little bit better goods. You're the expert. The client who comes in to see you wants to work with a professional. Now, trust and confidence are the foundation for the client relationships, and sales are built upon this. Without these two things, the transfer of emotion is difficult to communicate, and selling is basically the transfer of emotion. You get excited about what you do, what you have, and who you work for, and it's contagious. The customer will feel the same thing. And one other area that I really want to focus on that I think sales teams are not, they've left it aside. The digital world has created maybe a little bit of a stumbling block. It's called sales confidence. Now, building skills means building confidence, and sales confidence means you're not shy. Now, I'm going to quote a guy, Zig Ziglar. Now, he's been passed away for some time, but Zig Ziglar was world-renowned sales trainer. For those of you who don't know them, I've had the pleasure of working with him, meeting him, and sitting and eating with him 4 times in my life. It was tremendous. But he had a phrase that I never forgot. Timid salespeople have skinny kids. Well, if you're not confident, you don't make money. And if you're not making money, your kids have to eat pictures of food. It's not good. So when confidence is on display, your actions show it. The customers can feel it. It is the effective ending that you want to bring to every sales interaction. And what might it be? It's a simple version, what I call AFTO. AAFTO. Always ask for the order. But asking expands beyond that. It means more than just asking for the sale. It means you could be asking to verify information. It could mean you're asking to verify clients' information. Just ask. Continually ask. But in the majority of client interactions, nothing is going to move forward the way you want unless you ask for it. Now, in what ways, you say? Ask to text them. Ask them for additional information. Ask if you can set up their online profile within your digital ecosystem. Ask them how you can best help them. Remember, you are communicating the emotion and desire to be the expert that helps them, and you're only operating in their best interest. I think that's critically important to know when we're working with people out there and to express that to them, that they feel we have their best interest at heart. If we can't make that emotional connection, we're no better than just a digital 2-dimensional world where they're going to click off, buy it here. We need to give them a reason, not only just to buy it from us, but we want them to buy from us in the future. We want them to refer to us. If they can talk to us not just about what we're selling to them, but if they feel that we are the person who is helping them the most and cares for them, it only happens through genuine and authentic displays of expert status and caring for the people you're working with. Now, in summary, we've reviewed how we got to this place, this COVID, this digital disaster that we all had a little bit more time to get accustomed to. We've talked about why it's important to take action right now, working with the companies that are going to work with you to make it better. We've covered some tools that can be used to help you level up your sales and marketing game, and we've also touched on sales education and the coaching needed to stay on the leading edge. Thank you for joining me today for this seminar. I look forward to working with you folks in the future. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and contact me.